All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is the first trading day of June. It is Monday, June 2nd. We're taking a look at NASDAQ. We do have a small gap lower still within the prior day's range. NQ, as of right now, bumping up against the 21,300 mid-range level of interest. That's going to be the main level on watch for this morning. We do have Powell speaking later today. We do have a couple of economic data prints here shortly after the open, one at 9:45, another at 10 a.m. So it might be a morning to take it a bit slower. Looks like we're going to be opening right near that 21,300. That's going to be the main focus. That's the main focus level for today. Let's take a look at this overnight action. So we've got a slight gap lower here. For the most part, pretty uneventful overnight session. Some drift lower. You got the test of 21,150 right through there. Reclaiming VWAP now up into, like I said, 21,300. Session volume point of control for the extended sesh, 21,230. And you can see just pretty much right in the middle of that prior day's range. Prior day's range. Here's the low. There's the high. Right here. Right in the middle. So we got the open in 30 seconds. 21,300 is the focus. Let's see what we're working with. See what the market gives us. There's the open up and through 21,300. Pretty nice push there right off the open. Buyers stepping in. Overnight high is at 348. A little bit higher. And prior day volume point of control 371. What's up, Dom? NASDAQ getting into that overnight high. There's your break of the overnight high. Overnight gap just about filled here. Nice push. Nice push right off the open. Wow. And 21,400 is your upside level of interest to keep an eye on. Overnight gap completely filled there. Up and through 21,400. Prior day high 21,433. Still cash personally. No entry there. No entry and can't chase it. Just let it go. Let it go. So we'll keep an eye on 21,400 as well as the prior day high. So nearest levels. ES and the prior day volume point of control up and through that overnight high. Russell not participating in the rally off the open. Staying patient, staying patient, staying patient. Very slight new high of day as price gets into that prior day high. Let's take a look at our 5-minute RTH. Look at that opening 5-minute bar. Wildly bullish. NQ getting into that. So we have this near term range here, sideways range, getting into that volume point of control for the current structure. It's also last week's volume point of control right near, what is that, 450? Up and through the prior day high. Not bad. Not bad, eh? Buyers showing up. Love the directional move, Dom. Yes, sir. Still in the range, though. Still in that range. We'll see if this week triggers the break. Strength continues. Upside level is 500. Pretty much only two very aggressive entries this morning, the opening drive and then the micro time frame pullback up there near 21,400. Nasdaq back in a prior day high here. Yeah, we got 5 minutes till that first data print. Grabbed a small piece at that 21,400 micro time frame pullback. See if I get taken out. Trails down near the entry. Just trying to give this one a little bit of room here. Not my favorite entry right there, but wanted to get a little sample, a little Costco sample. Just a little nibble. See how it is, you know? Trails at 410.5. Probably gets taken right here. Data in 3 minutes. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being out of this before data. You got ES coming into that overnight high. A little pullback there. Russell is just into the lows. RTY session low. YM coming into session low. Here's the trail. Trail probably gets hit right here. There it is. Trailed out. Then we got data here in 2.5 minutes. So I'll be cash through the data print. Let's see if we get an opportunity after the print. It's not bad, not bad. Nothing crazy. Nice June warm up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Starting the month off on a high note. So we have final manufacturing PMI in about 90 seconds. And then we do have another data print at 10 a.m. What we want to see here into data is whether or not 21,400 is going to hold. It's going to hold with a push up into the 500. Or we're going to see more of a deeper retracement. Right into the shallow fib right now. Here comes that data print, FYI. Manage your trades accordingly if you have any exposure. There it is. Pretty much a nothing burger. NQ just bumping into that prior day high, 21,433.5. Now it's a waiting game. See how this structure develops, see how it builds. A lot of resistance through here, at least in the near term, past couple of days. So I was watching this development here at 21,400. No rush for fresh exposure, personally, just with the one trade here so far. Rolling over at 400. And we get back into prior day volume point of control. Start to get into that 50% fib as well. That's for the intraday push. Nice little lower high there at the prior day high. Tricky because you come into 21,400 level of interest. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the fib buy zone is going to be treated with the overnight high right there. So far, just 1 for 1 this morning. 10 minutes till 10 a.m. Not seeing anything super compelling here post 9:45. NASDAQ back within the prior day's range. It's pretty much the main structure right now. Sellers stepping in there. They're in that 21,400 resistance area. Notice price did test last week's volume point of control. And almost a full retracement here. Should be getting into that 61%. There it is. ES back into VWAP. Almost into session low, that ES. Let's take a look. Session low ES 58.97. Here it comes. There it is. New low of day for ES. So we got every index into the lows here except for NQ. Do with that information what you will. Coming into a full retracement here for NASDAQ. 21,300 level of interest. VWAP right through there as well. Basically 150 point zipper off the open and then right back down. Took the trail, Dom. Nice. Where'd you get in the 400 reject? Little micro lower high there at 400, I would guess. You got RTY down through prior day low. That was the entry. Nice. It's a solid move. 100 points almost. 70 points. So NQ, I want to see, do buyers step in this area right through here? Ray took the trail. Nice work, man. Pretty good action this morning. Pretty good. Staying patient here into 10 a.m. Still just with the one trade on the morning. Caught the tail end of that long up near the highs. No re-entry on the backside of this move. At least not yet. At least not yet. It's kind of where we're at. Talked about this zone about 10 minutes ago. Check out that 30-minute bar. Little bounce versus 300 back in an overnight high. And 2.5 minutes till 10 a.m. It's your next data print there. Another rejection at overnight high, another little lower high there on the backside of this move. And cue another kiss of 300. Has been good action. We like it. Let's see data. 1 minute. Let's get this data behind us. And post data, be looking at the reaction here at 300, of course. Session low, 300 area. This area right through here, highlighted on the chart. There's data, NQ, new low of day. ES coming into 58.75, level of interest. YM down into prior day low, undercutting the overnight low. So full retracement and then some of that opening drive move. Take a look at that 30-minute bar. Good volume coming in now as the session low is lost. That opening print. Overnight low is way down there at 163, right near that 150 level of interest. So I'm pretty much hands off until price gets a little bit closer into that vicinity. Here's the morning so far. One and done. One and done. NASDAQ session volume point of control right through here. 230. And getting back in at 300. That's the main level on watch for this morning. Like we've said a few times now, right? If you trade ES, you want to keep an eye on that 58.75 and overnight low. NASDAQ, I'm focused on the 21,300 reaction. You got VWAP right through there as well. VWAPy. What is that? The shallow fib on this bounce, I would guess. Just eyeballing it. Yep. Yep. So let's see if buyers can reclaim this thing. Maybe show a little bit of an intraday change of character. Or if sellers are just going to reload. Little rejection there at 300 so far. NQ coming back in a session low. Staying patient. Staying patient. Staying patient. Focused on 21,300 so far. One trade. One trade on the day. About 50 points or so. I'll take it. We do have Powell later today, don't forget. So could be a volatile afternoon. Definitely could be. That's right, Dom. You know the vibes. All right. NQ potentially showing a little bit of an intraday change of character here. So you have the rejection, 300, marks another lower high within this kind of sequence lower. That gets broken to the upside. We'll see if it holds now. Market structure basics. Market structure 101. Keeping an eye on the 15-minute Dom. Yeah, I like it. We saw 5 minutes there on the 15 minutes. So let's just see. Anything could happen in 5 minutes, you know? Anything could happen. Let's clear these drawings off so we could actually see what's happening here. Volume's decent this morning. Not bad, you know? Did have some areas of low volume here that we can see below average, but post 10 a.m., we're cruising. We are cruising. NQ right back into 21,300. Unable to show a real test of the overnight high so far. Session volume point of control just beneath 269. And below that, all you really have is the current session low as a reference point, about 235. Wow, ES put in a nice bounce versus 58.75. Took my eye off that, but that was nice. Back in a VWAP for ES. This is right with the 10 a.m. reversal time too. Anyone grab that S&P? S&P long? Definitely had better location there for the bounce compared to NQ. If you ask me anyway. $15 is trying. Buyers are trying to see that hammer, the hamski. See if they can clear this little area right through here. 330. Give a true test to the overnight high. That should give us some more clues about today's structure. That's all this is anyway. Weight of the evidence. Weight of the evidence. Volume coming down again here. Concerning. Bit of a concern. Especially with Powell later today. 15-minute closes as a doji. Although it does have that long tail. Five-minute is definitely compressing a bit. So far, there's just trading within prior day value area. That was the bounce point this morning. Not a level I really use, but Good to see. So NQ back into that 330. Buyers looking for a break of that area. Of the 38% fib right here, as well as value area high for the extended hour session. How we doing? How's the morning? How's everyone doing? Consolidation nation right now. My God. NQ coming into overnight high, finally breaking that 330. Not quite into overnight high. See if we get the actual test. 440, 348, excuse me. NASDAQ right back into 300, 21,300. Bit of a snoozer here with the barcode. A little bit of a snoozer. Yeah, that's to be expected within this range. We'll see. We'll see if Powell kind of shakes things up later this afternoon. All right, NQ getting back into that overnight high. 30-minute closure in 7 minutes. 10 a.m. reversal time just about marks the low so far. $50 retracement from that sell right through here, right near the overnight high. There's another little push. NASDAQ testing prior day volume point of control. 61% fib is right through here as well. Like to see a clean break of this area. Go for 400. A little uptick in volume coming in as well. It's nice to see. Consolidation near 300. A little tricky to position in there, but made the most of it. 300 held well that entire time. That was the main focus level. You got VWAP right through that area as well. And just try to make the most of the action. See if we could catch another leg higher here. 2 for 2. Trail's now in profit, so nothing to worry about. NASDAQ retesting the overnight high. Yeah, we talked about the reclaim and retest at 300. That was the idea. The structure on the way up was never negated, right? You have the low that was made right through here. Higher low, little consolidation, and then boop. Just a little boop. Okay, nice little push, and we're going for 400 here. Just down to runners at this point. Down to runners. Oh, here it is right here. There you go. Looking for 400 and then session high if we could get there. As of right now, about 120 points locked in on the session. 50 on that first trade, and currently about 70 in floating profit. Most of it, which is locked. Yeah, the 15-minute helped. 15-minute absolutely helped. We're just looking for 400 now. ES, phenomenal, man. That 58.75 long. Hope someone got that. Just a little drift. Drifting towards that 400. Got the trail down near 345. So plenty of breathing room. A lot of waiting involved with trading, huh? Kind of boring. Drift higher continues. 385, 21, 385. Plan to peel some off a little bit ahead of 400. If price gives another little leg higher. There we go. Nice little, oh, wow. Wow. There we go. There we go. Thank you. A little pleasant surprise right there. Go ahead and lift the trail. Delightful. Delightful. All right, trail's down at, what is that? We'll go 365-ish. Just below that little microstructure there. Just chilling. 100 points of floating profit. Main level of interest today was 21,300. And 21,300 delivers. See if the trail gets taken here. Just down to final runners. Just down to those final runners. Wild action here, huh? We got a little Fed speak or what? What's going on? A little Trump tweet? A little Fed speak? Does it even matter? Does it even matter as a disciple of price action? NASDAQ prior day high is going to be your next target. Leaf blower Monday, Ray? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. Leaf blower Thursday is bad enough. I can't imagine starting my week off with a leaf blower. Pretty good action this morning. We have the initial push over 100 points. You got the sell over 100 points, and then the next leg higher, another 100 points. I just got trailed out. There it is. There we go. See what else we get here. But I'm quite happy. Quite happy with that. Got 150 points on the day. 2 trades, 2 for 2. Hard to complain about that, you know? 150 points will definitely keep the lights on. Should keep the lights on. How's everyone's morning? How we doing? How's it looking out there? So NQ right back into overnight high area. 21,400 was rejected. We got good volume this morning. Shutting it down, Dom. Have a good day, sir. Take care. So NASDAQ kind of in a tricky spot for what I'd like to see. It's either going to be action above 400 or deeper pullback here back into 21,300, but as of right now, in absolutely no rush. So we have to be about a little more than an hour into the day, almost 90 minutes into the regular session. NASDAQ back in an overnight high. Might just be time to call it, honestly. It's a solid 2 for 2 on a Monday. It's actually way beyond what I was expecting for today as far as today's action. So let's see this next 15-minute candle close in about 30 seconds. NASDAQ little bounce there versus overnight high. Volume tapering back down a little bit. So overnight high holding again. Volume just really falling off below average. Starting to get into that late morning sort of action. Not much that is super compelling here, personally. Man, that ES move. Should have grabbed that ES, honestly. I was focused on NQ reclaiming the 300, but I think ES would have given a better setup right there at the level of interest. Post 10 a.m. You got 10 a.m. reversal time. Better location for the long idea compared to NQ. Overnight low right through there as well for ES. Now back into session highs just about ES. So rest of the morning, I'm going to be looking at 21,300 as a potential area of involvement. You got VWAP right down there. You have session volume point of control right through there as well. Or I do like a potential reclaim and retest of 21,400 or the prior day high. See if we could get out of today's range. It's possible that the high and low for today is already set. But with Powell speaking later, we might be in for a little bit of volatility in the afternoon. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on things into the afternoon. I believe he speaks at 1 p.m. Let me double check. Yeah, he's at 1 p.m. So we'll be watching charts at that time. We'll be active in the Traders Think Tank. Hope you guys had a good morning. 2 for 2 on my end. We ended up with a fairly late long, but it was with good location, so I had to give that one a try. That was up near 21,400 initially. Very micro pullback, and we're looking for the continuation move into 10 a.m. Price ultimately fails to sustain that directional move. You get the rejection up near the prior day high after a sweep of the prior day high. Rolls over. Thankfully, did not get caught on the backside of that move. That one definitely took some patience. I've been caught on the backside of a move like that plenty of times. So you kind of learn to avoid that one, avoiding some of those higher lows that aren't super compelling. I actually posted a video on YouTube about that on Saturday, kind of qualifying the quality of the pullback that you're getting involved with. We decided to wait till 10 a.m. See if we get a little reversal off the lows there. NQ bounces versus 250. It's right near prior day value area low. And the idea on that trade number 2 is to look for some market structure above 21,300 to get involved. So started out with half size initially just to kind of see how that structure was going to build out. And then we get a pretty good opportunity to add the rest of the trade, cover some risk pretty early in the consolidation, as you can see there. And then just try and hold on to it for the push back into 400, ultimately getting trailed out. And that's the morning. That is the morning. So, like I said, be keeping an eye on both of the nearby levels of interest, 400 and 300 down through here. Otherwise, just stay in cash, hanging out. If you guys have questions, reach out in the Traders Think Tank, free 14-day trial. Otherwise, I will see you for tomorrow's stream. Have a great rest of your morning. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks for your time. Take care.